After the many years I've been a Berserk fan, I've come to realize that perhaps the most amazing thing is not necessarily the series itself, which is still goated by the way, but rather the community behind it. Now, by amazing, I should have rather said full of surprises, because on one end of the spectrum you have extremely talented people that make fan art, animations, cosplay and many more cool things. And then you have whatever this is. The dichotomy of the Berserk fanbase is truly something else, and I wanted to explore it a bit more by asking a very simple question. If you could be friends with any one character from Berserk, who would you pick and why? Yo mama. Whoa, I feel I aged like 10 years back when Yo mama jokes were the equivalent of these nut jokes.
You know what's significant about Kenya?
No.
Can you fit these nuts in your mouth?
I was prepared for so many puns or just meme characters to be listed, and yet this guy just wants to be friends with my mother. Definitely reminds me of someone. If it was a bro, then Judo. He's chill, intelligent, skilled and thoughtful. He'd be fun to be around. And the entire Judo fanbase clapped in unison. If it was a chick, then definitely Farnese. Her arc taking her from a stuck-up religious sycophant to kind and brave caretaker is beautiful. Plus, she cute and kinky. I mean, if you're into Bible discussions and study meetings or swordplay, sure, she's pretty kinky. Also, reading aloud her name, I realized I didn't actually know how to pronounce it. I was so troubled and I had to look up an entire Reddit post about other people discussing whether to call her Farnese or Farnese. I came to the conclusion that Farnese is the best way to spell it because it's the actual Italian pronunciation and also how her name is written in the Japanese version of Berserk. Please stop saying Fartnese. Me and Puck would be up to some goofy shenanigans. I simply love the vibe that this comment exudes. You can already see Puck assuming his ultimate pop culture reference form, accompanied by this Isidro-esque individual just monkeying around. 10 out of 10 with monkey again. With the black swordsman, Kirito. Finally, the meme is here. You can stop the video now, just roll the credits. Zod, I want him as an airplane with hair. I'm trying to get mounted by a horse. Wild. It would be fun to go on adventures with him. He's someone who knows how to enjoy life. As cursed as this was, I literally cannot help but laugh because of the reply. What the fuck, man? Hope you're not serious. Like, just imagine your friend saying some curse shit out of nowhere and you're like, what the fuck, man? Hope you're not serious. God, I love this interaction. It just sounds so genuinely distressed. Definitely Gaston or any of the bro raiders. What absolute kings. You're an absolute king. But for real, I find it amazing, in a good way, how people can get so attached to not only a fictional character, but one who has so little screen time as well. Skull Knight, he can show up whenever I'm having a hard time. Sexual innuendos aside, Skull Knight is an extremely underrated pick, I feel like. He's literally your big brother, always there to support you when the cool kids club is bullying you. And the newer chapters only help in reinforcing him as a long-time fan favorite. Speaking of newer chapters, that Goth witch from Elfheim who throws the rest of the nerd Hogwarts students. Morda would definitely be an Arbor Circle Jerk poster just fucking with other Berserk fans. And while I wouldn't necessarily call her Goth, she's still hot as hell, like.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Can't remember the blacksmith's name, but that dude was speaking straight facts before COVID got him. Poor Master Hugh, I mean Godot, couldn't make it through the pandemic. But honestly, it's insane to think that the weapon he made like 300 chapters prior is still around, slicing demon guts. Get it? Guts? Cause the main character's name is Guts. I had to get at least one pun out of this, okay? Totally Griffith, I'm like halfway through the Golden Age arc and he's such a great friend to Guts and the rest of the Band of the Hawk. Once again, another obligatory Berserk meme. At this point it's just part of Berserk culture to make either a Griffith did nothing wrong joke or Griffith is such a nice guy, I hope nothing bad happens to him and his friends. This sense of blatant, overtly obvious irony, while overused, is a staple of the Berserk experience. You know what else is a part of the Berserk experience? Nuts, the Berserking guy. He's so cool. For whatever reason, people just really love misspelling Guts' name. I've seen so many variations of either his or Miura's name that at this point I've just embraced that his name is Guts Berserk and the author is called Kentucky Mario. So by that logic, would that make Koji Mori Luigi? None, because I would be dead before I would even see them in the Berserk world. I wanted to end it on a more serious, realistic note. The one thing to take away from Berserk, the world and its characters, is that it's a gruesome, gritty experience. And even though this is a fantasy, the real world isn't much brighter either. There are people who live even crazier lives than what is written in all of Berserk, and it definitely feels like we've slowly gotten desensitized to the insane stuff going on around. But yeah, these have been some of the many opinions that Berserk fans have of the characters. If you've got any wacky takes, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below, and until next time, stay strong, strugglers.